For those of you who have complained for years and years and years, why is it always the Cybermen? Why is it always the Daleks? Why is it always the Master? Why can't we have the Rainy? Why can't we have Omega? This is exactly why. Before I continue to talk about this week's penultimate ever episode of Doctor Who, because let's be honest, it looks like that's what this is, I want to talk about that Sun article really briefly that claims it's exterminate Doctor Who, Doctor Who's going on hiatus, but also Ncuti Gatwa at the same time has been fired as the Doctor for refusing to do Eurovision. Right, let me expose this article very, very quickly. If it's exterminate, and Doctor Who's going on a prolonged hiatus, basically it's cancelled. Let's say that's the case. As the Sun claim, how can Ncuti Gatwa be fired? He can't, can he? He's either fired and they're going to recast, or the show is going to be on a hiatus, cancelled, basically. So you can take the article as absolutely nothing. The Sun have no idea what's going on, but the future of Doctor Who isn't looking good. I've enjoyed most, if not all, so far before this episode, most of all of season 2. It's been a big improvement from season 1, right? RTD2 season 1 wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it was just there. Wish World wasn't good, wasn't bad, it was just there. Now maybe it's because I didn't watch the Rainy era of Doctor Who, and I didn't watch Omega in classic Doctor Who. So him being revealed means absolutely jack shit to me. But wouldn't it have been better if we actually saw Omega face up to the Doctor just before the episode ended, right? Because as one journalist just said on X-Twitter, what's so exciting? What's so, oh my God, about the Doctor falling from a building? Jodie Whittaker fell from the TARDIS, landed on a train and lived, and so did David Tennant's Doctor. So what's oh my God about that? You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of season 3. The first episode of the 3-episode finale in season 3 when John Sims, Master, is revealed. A great episode, by the way. But he's retreading those boards. The Master dances in Last of the Time Lords, so the Rainy dances with the Doctor, who at that moment doesn't even know who she is. So it's not interesting, because he's not the Doctor at that moment. So it doesn't really mean anything. And that's the problem with it as well. It's all very empty. Conrad is this kind of loony left, a villain that's been written by the loony left, aka RTD. He's boring, he's bland, he's empty. He was a little bit more interesting in the episode he first appeared in, but in this episode, he was empty. You said I was nothing, Doctor. Do you think I'm nothing now? Boring. We know what you're trying to say about this guy, or the whole idea of this WandaVision bullshit, where, a woman's place is in the home and all of that, and that messaging, it's so transparent, it's so boring. RTD said about this episode and the finale in the Doctor Who magazine, it's like a Marvel movie. Doesn't he actually go on the internet? I know he goes on Instagram, because I speak to him on Instagram. I don't know if he goes on Twitter. Does he understand that nobody even likes the MCU anymore? The whole WandaVision thing was bland, and again, neither good or bad. It was just there. It simply didn't work. Now, obviously, the baby from Space Babies was there. I don't know what her role in all of this is. I don't really understand what he meant was I'm the Doctor, she's real. I didn't really get any of that. And who's the baby the Rainy stole? Is that supposed to be Omega? Because there was this whole thing, he laughs a lot. Who is it? I'm sure you know the answer to that, but I didn't get that one little bit. This episode was absolute padding. He had no idea what to do with an episode 7. Maybe an episode 7 should have been a random police box travel episode rather than a two-part finale. You only do a two-part finale if you've got stuff to do within it. For example, when he did a 3-episode finale for season 3, right? And and they revealed John Sims Master and all of that. It was amazing. It was probably still padding, but it was great padding. Then we had the penultimate episode, and that was great. And then we had the last of the Time Lords. They went together beautifully. But this, I'm afraid, doesn't work because it's just padding. It's time wasting. And I'm watching the episode and I'm thinking, maybe when we get to the end of the episode, it's a great reveal at the very least, because I'm not really enjoying this. I'm just watching it as a Doctor Who fan. I feel like I have to, as a Doctor Who fan. And it's not I'm not really getting anything out of it. Because as I say, maybe it's because I didn't experience the Rainy in Classic Who. I didn't experience the Omega. So these villains mean very little to me. And I think, and it's the whole look, the whole thing about the disabled rebels. It's great to empower the disabled and say that they're not as easy to fool as able-bodied people. You can do that if you want. Again, it's very transparent. Ruby's role in this, I think it's pointless. Look, she was done dirty. Millie was done dirty as an actor. She should have been the companion for 2 full seasons. But he didn't even bother fleshing her out. And I know she's not happy about it, no matter what she says publicly. But the Rainy and even the Omega reveal and the bad dog from the RTD2 season 1 finale, this is why you use the Daleks. Because people know the Daleks, right? They've been introduced. They're famous. They're iconic. This is why you use the Cybermen. Because people know them. And this is why you use the Master. People always say, why do they always use Lex Luthor in Superman movies? Because people know him. And he's interesting. So, and by the way, the Rainy isn't interesting at all. She walks around with a smug grin, but I don't feel her fret. I don't feel anything, And it's interesting how we've got a white version of the Rainy and a diverse version of the Rainy, but it's the diverse version that does most of the talking, and the Anita Dobson one is like her slave. Again, we can see that passive-aggressive commentary from RTD. So for someone who actually quite enjoyed most of season 2 and just ignored the tug of war that RTD's been having with the right wing, it's quite disappointing, because we've gone back to last season, the blandness of season 1, RTD2. That's what I feel about this episode. I'm sure there'll be quite a few people who were excited by this, thought it was amazing, and thought RTD's writing was very, very clever. To me, he's just repeating himself. He's just recycling it and doing a couple of things differently, but it's still RTD doing the same thing. He's out of ideas. And as I said during the Moffat era, we need a new, young, vibrant Doctor Who fan to be running Doctor Who. Someone who has nothing to do with RTD, Moffat, or Chibnall, or Gatiss. Someone totally new. I've been saying this for years. But RTD has a stranglehold on this franchise. And basically he's saying, if it's not me, it's no one. And it looks like it's going to be no one.